What's going on? Welcome to this 5-minute hip pivot discussion. I am so pumped to be here with you in beautiful Boston. We've got the nice sun peeping through the clouds today, but we're really gonna take a lot of time in this 5 minutes to work on the hip pivot. It's a really essential part of the rowing stroke, and today we'll just take some time to break it down. So let's get our feet strapped in if you haven't already. I'm gonna make mine a little bit tighter so they're a little loose. And we're gonna start at the finish, okay? We're gonna take this nice and slow to start. So at the finish, the handle reaches the chest, the shoulders are nice and relaxed. Those elbows can be chickened out, chicken winged a little bit out here. If you keep them too tight in, it tends to force the shoulders up. So keep those shoulders nice and relaxed, but we really want to be comfortable here. So in this position, as you can see, I'm in a little bit of layback, okay? This is sitting straight up. This is my little bit of layback, all right? And depending on your length, some laybacks can be longer than others, but this right here, I can feel tension in my core because I'm leaning back. I feel tension in my quads because of that layback and the engagement, and I'm feeling comfortable, all right? But if you notice, my shoulders are behind my hips right here, okay? Shoulders are directly over your hips when you're sitting straight up. In the layback, shoulders are behind the hips. Now, with the hip pivot, arms are gonna come out, body over. Now notice where my shoulders are. Shoulders are ahead of my hips. Now, our flexibility all ranges with all different people, and you know, I can feel that strain behind my knees being stretched right now, okay? So we don't wanna go down, we just wanna go over, okay? So the biggest thing to remember with the hip pivot is that the shoulders are behind the hips at the finish. And when you pivot your body over, your shoulders are in front of the hips, okay? So let's take the next few minutes thinking about that nice and slow. So we're gonna start at the finish. Ready, row. Arms out, body over. Come up to the catch and push away. Good. The engines are starting, if you could hear that. But I want this to be really methodical. Take this time, even row at that 15 or lower on that rhythm. Think about where those shoulders are placed. If you do have tight hips, totally okay. We're gonna work on getting those shoulders ahead of the hips so that you're prepped and ready. The biggest thing in rowing is efficiency. How you can compile everything in your body to make the most efficient and powerful stroke. And if you think about it, when you are in this position, your upper body is already ready for the next stroke. The only thing that changes here is the knees bending, coming up to the screen. So your body is just setting itself up for that next stroke. Good. Relax the shoulders. Find some patience here to just take the time to learn the hip pivot. Shoulders behind the hips, shoulders in front of the hips. Come to the screen. Good. Now try to make it flow a little bit more smoothly. Make it comfortable. It's good to take that time to make it a little bit more robotic, but when you do start to feel where it's supposed to be and when, that's when you connect it. That's when you make it flow. Perfect job. Sitting up nice and tall, chin up, looking into your screen, breathing with your stroke, nice and calm. But the more that you practice the hip pivot, the better you're saving your energy in every single stroke that you take. Good. We're preparing for the next stroke, and the knees just bend when this hip pivot finishes. In this final minute, we'll break it down one last time, nice and slow. So come to the finish with me here. Arms out, body over, knees bend, push away. Good, finish. Arms out, body over, knees bend. Perfect. Arms out, body over, knees bend. And I really want you to feel your core here, okay? Arms out, body over, knees bend. Last one, paused. Arms out, body over, Check out those shoulders, look down, good. And then row. In your final 20 seconds, try and match it all together. You can hear the sounds of the city behind me, around me. You've absolutely got this. The more you practice it, the better it feels. In your final 10 seconds, sit up nice and tall, squeeze the core, pivot with those hips. Take 2 more strokes, that's 1. And 2, final stroke. Amazing job. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Hip Pivot. And I can't wait to see you again soon. My name's Lane. Thanks so much for joining me.